Hi, Dr. Chirag. This is Stanley coming to you again live from the mic. As you're looking at this video, I take you already read through my letter, so let's get right through the 5 problems that I see on your website. First of all, it's good that you have some sort of a headline with Animal Dermatology Specialist of Vancouver. Looks like you have a pretty unique selling proposition, so that's good. A lot of businesses don't have that, but I think you're missing out on lead capture, That's the first biggest thing that I found. Your header size is not consistent. I mean, the pet owners aren't going to notice that, but for your marketing purposes, you really could have capitalized on your header to offer some sort of a bait, like a free training guide to find out whether it's time to whether the pet owner needs to take their pet into your clinic for a consultation just from some self-diagnostics. So that's one idea that I could think of in mind, which ties into my comment on your newsletter. It's good that you have one, but I think it could have been a lot more aggressive. You could have put it in your header right up on the top, or even more aggressive yet, you could have some sort of a pop-up as the pet owners goes through your website. It would show the same free training guide in exchange for an email address. That way you can keep in touch with them so that later on you won't have a down season and you would have more pet owners trickling in after you built some kind of a relationship with them. Let's say over email, for example. The next thing is like your different kinds of services. Seems like you have a lot of them, but then again, seems like you have a lot of different services, but then again, the pet owners, like, I don't know the pets like market all that well, but my hunch is that pet owners aren't gonna know when to take in their pets for these kinds of services just from their observations. So I think on the same note, you could roll out different kinds of free diagnostic training to find out when it's time to come into your clinic for your help. So that's another thing that I spot. I've noticed that the third thing is I've noticed that you have a link where you could look at the Chinese website, but when I click on it, it just opens a Google Translate link of your English website. I don't know how many of your pet owners are Chinese, but if there are a significant portion of them, I would consider making a Chinese version so that the Chinese on the website, it's at least more, how should I say it, grammatically correct. It looks a little bit weird once I click on it, since machine translation isn't really all that natural yet. What else do I want to say? Oh, your discussion of the problem and the benefits. Yes, it seems like you bring up the different problems, but from my first impression of looking at your websites, the benefits that the pets and the pet owners are gonna experience isn't all that apparent on your website. One thing, even though it might be obvious to you on what benefits they would experience, it's not a it's not going to be obvious to most pet owners. So I think you really need to do a better job of the benefits that both of them are going to experience. For example, the pets are going to feel more comfortable without the allergies, and the pet owners wouldn't have to spend as much time and energy cleaning up after their pets from their allergies, or finding or having heartaches about whether they have allergies with the environment or the food, or what, like, or spend needless repair money on their house when the problem isn't really with their house, that sort of thing. And also, when you discuss the problem, I think you can pound it home on how to identify those problems. I think you can also stir up a little bit more emotion and drama when it comes to building up the problem to the point where the pet owners realize that problem and take their pets into your clinic for consultation, and then eventually take care of the pets, and then you have like business coming in. Because even though, like, I know from your website that you probably don't have a whole lot of competition, but I think your biggest competition is that pet owners don't know enough about the problem, therefore they might end up doing nothing. So those are all most of the points that I want to bring out. Is basically you could do a better job on describing the problems. You could make the benefits more apparent, and you really need to do a better job of doing lead generation. I've also noticed that you have a video at the bottom. You may want to bring it up at the top, maybe even along your header, since they're gonna see your face anyway. So that's another thing. And Crazy Egg, which is a company that keeps track of that's basically keeps track of heat maps on websites. They did a study that if you put the video more visible at the top when they don't have to scroll down, they increase like conversion rates into customers. I can't remember the exact figures, but they did a study on that. So those are my summary of what you can do for your website. Dr. Chirag, if you'd like to learn more about what you can do to further improve your website in order to improve your business, I am offering a complimentary consultation, which I normally value it at $300 an hour. Shall you take up the offer for the consultation? Give me a call at 778-238-8490. That's 778-238-8490. There's no obligation to buy like after the consultation. If you don't like what you hear and you don't want to do anything, that's perfectly okay. But if you want to do something to improve your business after the consultation, we can definitely discuss further after the consultation session. So again, in order to get the complimentary consultation, call 778-238-8490. That's 238 E490. Talk to you soon.